Going to the idea that talks about transformer, what do we mean by transformer, types of transformers, and what equation can be used to calculate V and N? What are these? First of all, what do we mean by transformer? Transformer is a device composed of an iron core, so this made up of iron, and has two coils are connected from both sides. If the coil, if the side of the coil is connected to supply, which is source of electricity, we call it as a primary coil. But if it's connected to a load, we call it secondary. For transformer, it has two types. One of them known as step down transformer. Step down, as we can notice here. So this will help electricity or current voltage to be decreased. So it will start with a high voltage, then it will be decreased. Of course, if we're going to compare between both sides, we're going to find that number of coils in the primary is more than number of coils in secondary. While step up is something different, it's completely opposite. It starts with small voltage. This voltage will be increased, which means that primary coils will be less number than secondary coils. Going to question 1 related to this point, and of course the only formula will be used is Vp over Vs is equal to Np and S. P shows primary, so voltage, primary voltage over secondary voltage is equal to primary turns over secondary turns. So we always keep this formula in front of us. Of course, you're going to be provided with formula sheet, so you don't need to memorize it. Let's apply. A transformer is a device for changing voltage, shows that has a primary coil. Okay, so this is the first given, has a primary coil of 10,000. Primary, so number of coils 1,000. Number of primary coils, turns, and secondary coils with 50 turns. So here we have 50 turns. Before we get started solving this question, state the material from which the core of transformer is made. So we agreed this core is made up of iron. It's an iron core, while these turns are made up of copper. So you don't get confused. These coils, coppers, the core from iron. The primary coil is connected to 240 alternating current supply. So whenever word supply or source of electricity is related to the number, this means this shows Vp, primary. So the primary here is 240. We need to find this. This is X. Either using math, cross multiplication, or just shift solve, you get it's 12 volt. So as I used to tell you, you have to predict your answer before getting, or to double check that you're following correct steps. You need to compare. First of all, as we can see, primary coils more than secondary, so this is considered as step up or step down. This step down, which means this voltage has to be smaller than primary. If primary is 240, so V secondary has to be smaller than 240, and this is what we got. So it's correct. So for voltage, the measuring unit is volts. You don't forget. Here the diagram shows transformer. They didn't mention anything, but we can notice the input information is given here. Before going answering this question, we have to predict what type of transformer is this. Number of coil less, so this will increase or decrease. A primary less, so step up. Step up means it will increase, so this voltage has to be more than this voltage. If this voltage 200, so obviously this is going to be greater than 200. So it could be 400 or 800, so you can eliminate just these two using the formula. A VP, it's not showing, VP over VS, NP, NS. This is connected to a supply, so obviously this is the primary. VP is 200 and NP 400, NS 800. So you need to get VS, cross multiplication or shift solve, you get 400. So we already predicted either C or D, so it's C. Okay, a step-up transformer is used before electricity is transmitted by overhead cables. Which statement or which explanation is correct related to step-up transformer? We know step-up transformer is used to increase voltage. So we're going to increase voltage. And so it will reduce energy loss in the cable. So option D. Here